Hey guys, it's Gunther here from Outdoorphoto, and we are at Paddle Park in Morletta Park. Currently chucking a ball out, and yeah, that was horrible. Hey guys, it's Gunther here from Outdoorphoto, and today I want to talk to you about the evolution of action cameras. I want to talk to you about evolving. I want to talk to you about going from one spot where it was action cameras. If you want to go out and go and surf and you wanted some decent footage of yourself, instead of duct taping a camera to your hand, you now have a plethora of options available to you. Be it recording you driving around on a 4x4 track, going out on holiday. If you are having a family event and you want to capture the entire moment without wondering about the composition and everything else, there are so many options out there to create your content, and Insta360 basically checks all the boxes. When we started this review, we actually figured, let's go out, let's go and play a little bit of paddle, let's get into some action. We took some of the crew out here, out of the shop. We spent an afternoon filming in low light conditions, in bright light conditions, kind of putting a review together. Since then, some of the tech has changed. Another camera has been added into the mix, and it's running parallel to one of the previous models. It's not a replacement, but it's also not the same thing, but it is a replacement, but it isn't. It's confusing. That's the one thing that I can promise you. And looking at all of this, I can fully understand how it is confusing in deciding which one is the one that you need to take and get for yourself. So please allow me the time to try and describe what each of these tools do, where they fit in, and how the structure around this evolution of kit happened and where we are right now. This is the Insta360 X5. This is a 360-degree camera. Now, in the name itself, it makes sense. Insta360. Those of you who didn't pay attention in the maths classes, 360 is 360 degrees. This thing records right around the camera. So it doesn't necessarily have to be pointed in a specific direction because it's got two cameras, one on each side. So if I can angle that like there, you can see there's a camera, and if I flip it around, there's a camera on the other side. Now this is magical. There were predecessors to this. A couple of different brands have them, but they managed to bring out a system that is so easy to use, but it had an issue in the previous versions. Looking at that lens basically scratched it, and you had a drama. Trying to replace it, it's not a replaceable item, so you kind of needed to chuck it, buy a new one, whatever. But what they've done with the X5 is genius. This is now a user interchangeable lens. So you can just buy a new one and pop it out, replace it. But it is also a lot tougher than its predecessors. So it can handle a punch, it can handle a knock. If this was the X3 or X4, just tapping it on this wood would have given you problems. It absolutely nicked it, scratched it, problem, it's in your view, new camera, there you go. But with this version, with the X5, they absolutely looked at making this a more durable, user-friendly product. The touchscreen functionality on it, the battery life out of it, everything is absolutely fantastic. But where do you use this? We've been using this in part of our production system when we go out to shoots and we don't really know, we just need that one extra angle, kind of like a bird's eye view. I mean, you can put this thing on a selfie stick and it edits out the selfie stick itself. You can create tiny planets with it. You can do whatever. You can put it up high, kind of get it like a bird's eye view or a drone type of shot. If you are in areas where you can't fly drones, if it's illegal or whatever the purpose, no problem. But it's not without its issues. So we're just going to dive across here onto my laptop where I've got some footage that I want to show you guys, because you have to download some special software. But the magic, once again, comes in with this, that you can either download the software to your PC, Mac, or you can even do it to your phone. So if you're running and gunning, creating content, That is just so much easier. Putting it up into a backpack with a selfie stick, hiking in the Drakensberg, you've got footage from right around you. If you are diving off of a cliff into water, hopefully, you can use that because it's also waterproof down to 15 meters, which means boom, splash, lacquer, it's out, you're still using it, no problem. Just make sure you've got some form of a flotation device or floating selfie stick or something connected onto that. But it has a little thread in the bottom and then this cool clipping mount system. But I'll dive into the clipping mount system when we get to the rest of it. First, I want to show you guys what I mean by 360 degrees. So this is simple footage, but it's lacquer. It's in the quality of this is downscaled because of the rendering and the preview that it creates in the software. What we do have, however, is the versatility of being able to pan around in the video to frame it as you wish. You can do tiny planets, you can do very wide angle kind of stuff. You can angle it the way you want it in post-processing. And it's all with one camera. It's as easy as that. So the functionality around it and working, depending on what you want to do, what you want to record, and what angle you want to display in post, there are just so many different options available with something like a 360 camera like this. Thinking out of the box, putting it on, attaching it wherever, that's your biggest thing, is where you're going to attach to and how you're going to connect it. And then obviously the work you have to put into the post-processing after the fact. That is where it gets tricky with the 360. In this package, you've got a 4K video camera with a Go 3S. You've got a super easy button guide that's added into this, which is actually very important. So I like throwing away all the paperwork and figuring things out myself. But this quick user handy friendly guide thingamadiggin, quick capture guide, this is a very vital piece of the kit in this box. And I'll explain to you why. When you open this thing, you'll be greeted by a little lacquer action camera. There's another one of those quick guides. This little action camera is the Go 3S. Now what makes this so special is what this little box is actually called an action pod. It's got a flip out screen, so once you switch it on, that screen's going to come on and you can see what the camera is seeing. But I just did mention that this is kind of small and easy to use depending on where and what you want to do. So you get a little pendant in the box that you can adjust to its height on your chest or clothing on the inside. And here's the magic part. You've got a little button on the side that you have to press in to release that little thumb-sized camera. There we go. That is now on and recording. Do I want to shoot in vertical? Just snap it on magnetically, and there's your footage. So you can quickly and easily see on there the way I'm directing it. There you go, no problem. So you want to use it for landscape video? Put it in landscape, no problem. It orientates itself correctly. You've got a suction cup in the box. You've got a little ball head in the box that you can attach it to. And the magic part about this is this clipping system. Now I mentioned on the 360 camera that mounting these things quick and easy is kind of a thing. You kind of, the industry standard dived across to the GoPro mounts, the screws and everything else, and how it's easy. It isn't easy. It's finger numbing. It's frustrating. So getting this off and just putting it on there, and that is now stuck on there because you now have a magnetic system with clips. So you have to release it, both sides, take it off, and that is magnetic. Once again, proving my point, I'm going to take this off because I drop these things regularly. So this is magnetic. If you want to put it on the outside of your car or on a bike or whatever, or just somewhere in the workshop, depending on how you're working or where you want to mount it to, that is magnetic. So it is as easy as that. And because of that, this little pendant thing works like a bomb. It is so easy. There you go. first person view. So if I'm working on anything, I can simply see what's happening on here. If I'm shooting landscape, I can switch it to landscape. There are so many different functions available in this camera and on this system. And because you've got this remote system, even if you are mounting it onto a different view, I can now mount it there and I can control it from there. It's as easy as that. And that's recording from behind the camera. It's as easy as that. Boom, done, easy. You can flag moments, but what is magical, and I absolutely love this, and this is part of the evolution. This is what happens when people go out and they say, how are we going to make this easier? What are the real world problems that we're experiencing out there, and how are we going to change them and make them better? This camera has functionality to record, obviously. You're walking around, nothing's happened, and you kind of don't need the last 10, 20 minutes worth of footage. So, you grab the camera where it's busy recording, and this actually has a little button on it. And you can now press and hold that button for 3 seconds. Boom, video canceled. That snaps back into the action pod, and that is now charging from this action pod once again, ready to go in a couple of minutes. It is as easy as that. But how cool is that functionality that you can press and hold the button for 3 seconds and it will actually delete the footage that you've just shot? How many times, hands up in the comment section below, how many times have you scrubbed through hours and hours and hours of footage looking for just a little bit, only to realize this is a video clip I'm not going to use ever in my life again? Now you can delete it on the fly without wasting time or scrubbing through anything. It is as easy as that. The touch functionality on the action pod, super easy to use and set up. Great product, but not ideal for low light conditions. Tiny, tiny, tiny sensor. So if you are looking for something that you can use out in broad daylight, no problem. If you're dropping it quite regularly, they're tough and durable. And it comes with a user replaceable filter for the lens. So that little guy, you can get extras of, and you can just switch it on, boom, screw it on, there you go, no problem. It's now in time-lapse mode. We want video mode, go out, lacquer. There's my video mode. It can shoot stills, no problem. Everything's super easy. So, this is if you want to stick a camera into very small, tiny spaces and record first-person view kind of action. If you're working in a workshop and you're creating something, if you're working with your hands, if you want to document it, if you're just going out to a ball game or whatever and you want to stick it to your hat, that simply clips onto the hat, and that is magnetic, so it just slots right in there. It is so easy, it's just lacquer to use. Now, having used these kinds of products in different sports, sorts and types, going out competition shooting, used to use one of the smaller GoPros, the GoPro Sessions back in the day, because the bigger GoPros were too heavy, and then if you mount them on your earmuffs, it just kind of flops around. The weight balance is off, so now you have to start looking at different mounts. This thing's tiny, it's light, it's easy to use, and I can highly recommend it. Footage out of it looks phenomenal, but if you're heading into low light conditions, you're going to have some questions. Once again, the user interface that you've got available with the app as well makes it so easy to quickly download the footage and edit it and get it posted, get your content out there. On top of that, one of the biggest bonuses is that you get pretty much all the accessories that you can think and need in the moment. You get all of this cool stuff in the box with the camera. How cool is that? Just before we finalize this whole thing, obviously I've got the little cap clip that can also be magnetic on the pendant that you get in the kit. But the great thing, once again, about this entire little tiny thing is that it actually goes into the base. This charges it, and on top of that, you've got the functionality of being able to see what's going on here. So you can even use it as a remote. So once you unclip it, stick it on, or put it wherever, you can double check the view on the camera itself, or the housing, charge bar. I don't know what you want to call this thing, but it's pretty cool, and it's magnetic. Yeah. I want to dive into the big gun. And then I'm going to backtrack quickly. Whilst we've got the big gun here, it's the Ace Pro 2. It's a very unique design in terms of the flip over screen on an action camera. And I say action camera, guys, but please stick with me here. Action cameras aren't action cameras anymore. This thing does 50 megapixel raw images, can shoot DNG, can shoot JPEG. The color out of it is incredible. The lens is a Leica lens. How insane is that? So this is what I would see as an ideal little muck and druck. This is a point and shoot camera. This is ideal. If you're going on a holiday and you want to get some memories and just snap away, this is it. This is the quality that you want. The image quality out of this, the footage, the video quality out of this is phenomenal. It is such a brilliant little camera. And the low light handling on this is pretty insane because it's got nearly a 1-inch sensor in there. The sensor size difference between this and the Go 3S makes a huge difference in terms of quality. Obviously, you've got the processors and other options available in terms of delivering 8-core. Thanks to the dual AI chip superior image quality, which is a mouthful written on the box, but thanks to the dual chip system that it's got in, the AI image quality and processing that it uses, everybody's calling everything AI these days, but this actually does work. The focusing system, the coloring, the vibrance, just getting a better balance between your highlights and your shadows in terms of using this. It makes it so much easier and better just to get out there and start shooting good content and get it out and post it as quick as possible. The functionality in the app, once again, to recognize specific moments and use that in the footage that you want to edit. If you don't want to do the editing yourself, you're more than welcome to let the platform itself do it. It's got a 157-degree angle of view. You can narrow it down. It's got all the linear modes available. But once again, you've got everything available in the box just to get you up and running. It's got an adapter that I want to make a special mention about. So this, once again, uses that same magnetic system that we were talking about. It's on here. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to fall off anything. You need 2 fingers to release the clipping mechanism, and then you can pull it off with a magnet. So it clips on super quick and easy. The great thing about this mechanism, though, is that it does connect to, I don't know what you want to call these mounts, the action camera mounts or whatever. We all know which brand started it. Other brands tried to do it differently. That brand made it better, and they kind of had it made it the industry standard. There you go. So they just simply brought out an adapter that fixes onto that and then works magnetically to connect onto your camera. It is as quick and as easy as that. There's no more fumbling around and suckling or anything else. It's just about getting out and getting your content shot. So do you want to shoot yourself? No problem. Here you go. So flip over screen, so you've got the LCD screen to see exactly what your camera is looking at. It's got a front LCD screen just for all the information and everything else that you need. So instead of putting extra things in color screens in the front and back, one screen that flips over. It's tough and durable, and it's waterproof down to 10 meters. Image quality's boss. That's this one. If you're looking for something that's going to deal with low light, if you're looking for something that's going to deliver great image quality, great image stabilization, shooting out of hand or mounted wherever, this is it. That's the one that you're looking for. You can now buy these in a bundle. So if you are looking at getting one of these as a point and shoot camera, you can get it in a bundle with a tilter cage. Yeah, but cages take a lot of time to kind of mount, and screws and everything else. Oh, done. It's in the cage. It's now a point and shoot camera. It's got a little lever, action lever at the top that you can quickly use to take photographs. It's got a lacquer little grip on the side, which makes it super convenient to hold. I've got bulky paws. This just sits comfortably in my hand. So if you are walking around and you're not looking for something that's going to be super bulky, or you're just looking for something that's tough and durable, weather, water, dust, whatever, and you're looking for great image quality, video, stills, photos, whatever, this is it. Time lapses, it handles it all. Everything you can throw at this thing, it just takes it and runs with it. Again, this cage just, I want to drop it, but I don't, because I'm going to damage my table with this cage. And the lacquer thing as well is it comes with this braided little rope, which is also part of the genius design. So if you are out there, this looks sleek, it feels good, it's strong, it's durable, and easy to use. All the button functionality, you've even got a little hot shoe mount or cold shoe mount on the top. So if you want to put mics or lights or you name it onto this, no problem, you can put it on there. The big focus is going to turn back to you to just go out and create some content. That's all. You want a tiny camera like this, but you want the image quality out of something like this. So the evolution of Insta360 said, hold on, let's bring this camera into the mix. This is the new Insta360 Go Ultra. This meets the image quality from here versus the size or versatility from this. It fixes almost all the problems that I've got with this camera, except for the size. The size is slightly larger. It's not that much of a problem to me. If you really absolutely need to have the smallest camera available, this is it. You can stick this thing on wherever and just forget it's there. But if you are looking for something that's going to deliver just that little bit of extra image quality, low light conditions, you name it, this Go Ultra is your solution. Same design, same thing with a replaceable lens in the front. So if it does drop or whatever, you can just replace that lens. If you're screwing that on, boom, it's back on, it's sealed, it's tight. This is now waterproof down to 10 meters. So you can go swimming, snorkeling, fishing, you name it, whatever. Same handy magnetic design, so sticking it onto the back of your vehicle or the front of your vehicle, just wherever you need it right at the moment. Comes with a hat clip, comes with a pendant that's also evolved. What they've designed in terms of the pendant on this one is actually you can rotate it depending on the angle of view you want. Do you want it slightly down or slightly up? It ticks all the boxes, especially with one design change here. Remember I said internal storage problem, get the biggest size that you can afford, which is the 128 I would recommend. This one has internal slot for a micro SD card. That means you can stick up to a 2 terabyte memory card into this and you are up and running. The battery life, because the design of the camera is slightly larger than this, battery life is considerably better versus the Insta360 Go 3S. There are differences between these two, and that's exactly where it comes down to. Diving into the exact question of what fits into the whole setup of Insta360 and which one you should be getting for your kit. Tiny, small, versatile, easy to use. Memory is built into the camera. You don't need extra memory cards or anything else, which I sometimes believe is actually kind of a flaw, if you wish. But it does make it a lot easier because everything is just in one little package. There you're up and running. It comes with all the accessories in the box that you might think and need. There's a huge variety of extras that you can buy for this, but that's it. Get it up and running, charge it, and go and shoot your content. Done. If you are looking for better image quality than the 3S, the Ultra is the direction I would recommend. Getting these offers you the versatility of putting it on that magnetic pendant or on a hat clip. It's super light and easy to use, but you've got better image quality. That's what this thing is about. Having that insane quality. It is really, really good and impressive. But if you want that next level, this is it. This offers you the point and shoot with incredible image quality, low light handling, high frame rates, shoot modes, everything that you need, including Leica lens technology in this. It's all there in a conveniently balanced package. And then lastly, if you want to worry about angling or the point of view in post-processing and rather spend time being in the moment, this is the solution for you. Get into contact with the go-to guys and come and check it out in store. I don't know how else to help you. Hope this has helped. Hit us up in the comments which one you think is your best fit and where you use yours if you've got one of these already. For now, I'm Gunther. Lekker. Cheers.